What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Basara 3! Alright, the tide is shifting, so we're going to see another ally yet fall to Mitsunari and join the Western Army, unfortunately. So, it's Josukabe Motochika, who we have seen many times. We played as him in, Basara 2, and he's been a staple of the series up until now. We're not going to be fighting him in this campaign. We could have. I've had it happen before where I've fought him as Ieyasu, but he has decided to join the Western Army in this route. I don't know if you can actually win him over to the Eastern Army or not. His reasoning for joining the Western Army is actually it's interesting, but it's not very well done at all in Basara Judge, and it's actually really annoying. I'll explain in a second. But Mitsunari managed to defeat Shimatsu, which is kind of annoying. I was looking forward to fighting him, but oh well. Let's see who wins here. Oh, great. That means I'm going to be fighting Yoshiaki Mogami, so that's going to be our next step.
How exactly is that, my lord?
Once Mitsunari sets his sights upon something, there's no changing his mind. He plods ahead with no thought of finesse or compromise. He's a fool, reaching for the moon.
My lord?
For all his wrath, Mitsunari is a man burdened with a wounded heart. And my friend Motochika is possessed of a generous soul. His sympathies veer towards those who suffer, be they man or demon. Our foe is in good hands.
Then this setback should not concern us?
No. For all of my jesting, this is a grave development. But perhaps this rare moment of laughter will serve us in good stead. Just be glad I don't start laughing in front of the men.
Thankful. Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so we'll take a look at our setup really quick. I'm pretty sure I'm fine. There's nothing else I need to do. So we can go ahead and move on to the next fight. So, interestingly enough, one of Mitsunari's underhanded tactics in this war, in the anime and Judge End, was to place the Tokugawa flag on areas that he had slaughtered that belonged to, like villages that had belonged to Motochika. So this very simple and very primitive tactic caused Motochika to freak out, thinking that Ieyasu was the one that came in and killed all those people, when it was actually Mitsunari. And that's one of the many gripes I have with Judge End, is how Motochika is depicted, because they make him into a complete idiot. And he just is bumbling around trying to regain his composure the entire time. It's really out of character for him. He stands pretty high and mighty in this game, and he's actually pretty fun to play as, but he has to be unlocked. He's not playable from the start, and I will not be playing as him in Basara 3, since we already played as him in Basara 2. Okay, so we're going to be going up against Yoshiaki Mogami in this stage. Yoshiaki Mogami is Shenanigans the character. He is hilarious, and I've been really looking forward for this moment where we finally get to talk about him and show him off, because his stage is wacky. And if his stage wasn't wacky enough in this game, just wait till we get to Basara 4, because it gets even better. Anyway, so I'm using the charged melee attacks right there a little bit more to kind of experiment. You can time them and get a little bit of an extra punch there with the Ieyasu, which is pretty cool. And also, if we hit L1 and I think if we tap L1 and then start hitting square, we can go into this melee Furious Fist combo thing, like something out of Fist of the North Star, which is pretty cool. I actually watched the original Fist of the North Star anime again the other day, and it's honestly aged pretty well. I honestly think it's kind of a fun show. I mean, it's dumb, but it's a lot of fun. And then if we hold down R2, we have this ultimate attack that we can do there. I forget what those are called. I'll check between videos here, but yeah, there's a move like that for every character, and there's multiple of those you can unlock as your character levels up. But we're never going to get to demonstrate more than one of those attacks for every character that I play as. So it's pretty good. It's, you know, he sends that beam of energy up into the air, similar to that ground pound that he does. It's a little bit more powerful, but it takes a little bit longer to charge up. But it's really nice. And so now we have Ieyasu's full combat sandbox available to us, so we can really see all of his moves. And I feel like once you have all those moves available is when Basara 3's combat sandbox really shines. And if you think it's good with him, It is, but you know, even Mitsunari will be okay. When we get to the later characters, though, that's when you're really going to be impressed with how much those moves tie in together. So one thing I'm doing right here, I'm actually skipping that camp back there and going for this one, because this one, as you can see, has the yellow X on it. And the reason why I'm taking over that is because we have a boat coming through, and that boat has a bunch of our allies on it. It's an infiltration ship with a bunch of soldiers on it. So if we open the gate, we can get our troops to landing faster, and they'll take less artillery fire on the river. If they have to go the long way around, they may take too much artillery fire, and the boat may be destroyed. So we want to prevent that from happening. And so obviously I skipped ahead over here to open this gate so that the boat could get through. And so basically now I just have to wait for the boat to get over here, and then the archers on the boat are going to kill the camp commander on the other side of this gate, and then that will cause it to open for us. So we basically have to wait at this point. We can't continue any further, but we can always go this way over the bridge and capture the other camp over there. I would love to get rid of some of these other command units and take over another camp.
That's all right.
Oh, look, there's a horse. That would actually be really helpful for getting around. But, yeah, I definitely want to have, as soon as I get the gate open, that's it. I don't have to help out the boat anymore, so we can just kind of let it go. Boats definitely play a big role in all of the stages with Yoshiaki Mogami. But yeah, so Fist of the North Star. So I actually really want to, there's actually 2 Fist of the North Star Musou games. The first one is, from what I hear, has a pretty good opinion of it overall, but I think people really hate the second game, so I may not bother with that one. But I'm looking forward to trying it out. So it's called a Fist of the North Star Kenshiro's Rage or something like that. So I'm going to try to pick it up. That might be a great idea for a future Let's Play. So, Yoshiaki Mogami. So in terms of character, he is absolutely ridiculous. He's over the top and wacky, and he has cartoony antics and shenanigans. He only appears in... I don't think he really appears very much at all in Basara Judge End, but he does appear in the movie Basara the Last Party, in which case Mitsunari shows up looking for Masamune and picks a fight with Yoshiaki Mogami. And Masamune shows up, of course, and, you know, is like, is that supposed to be some kind of pun? And then they start fighting, which, you know, leads to the inevitable of Mitsunari kicking Masamune's ass, unfortunately. But that would only sow the seeds of his revenge, of course. But yeah, Yoshiaki Mogami is Masamune's uncle, and that is actually historically accurate. In terms of real history with Yoshiaki Mogami, he was a prolific supporter of Tokugawa Ieyasu, and so when it came time for Sekigahara, well, actually it was one of Uesugi's descendants that there was a famous battle between Yoshiaki Mogami and one of Uesugi's descendants, in which Masamune helped out with that, and then Masamune would later join up with Yoshiaki Mogami to help fight alongside Ieyasu at Sekigahara, which is what we'll be doing very soon in this game. So, and on that note, I would do the high-pitched Kenshiro, the yeah, but I can't get my voice to go that high. Anyway, yeah, so with Yoshiaki Mogami will always join the Eastern Army, no matter what, in this game. So, even if you're playing as Mitsunari, you cannot get Yoshiaki Mogami to join you. He'll always join the Eastern Army. So, we'll take it for what it's worth.
There are none in this world that compare to me. The renowned, the feared, Lord Yoshiaki. And
leave the camera alone, Yoshiaki.
You should consider yourself lucky for finding me in such a good mood. I have something for you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and fight him. He's actually not too hard. Like I said, he's mostly shenanigans. He doesn't really have much of a formidable opposition. He doesn't really have even a sharp weapon. Like, it's like a fencing saber, but it's all blocky and dull, it looks like. So I don't know how he even attempts to hurt us. He's got a lot of stars, though, because we basically only have 2 camps on this entire map, and he has the rest of them because Unfortunately, while we were trying to get our troops in here, we managed to lose most of the map, which was worth it in the long run because now we have a shit ton of guys in here to help us fight him. And, yeah, he's not terribly hard at all, which... Yoshiaki Mogami does not become playable until the Basara 3 expansion Utage. He's actually not playable here, along with a couple other characters. So Utage pretty much was the equivalent to Basara 2 Heroes, but for Basara 3. And every Basara game would have an expansion like that, similarly from here on out. So, you know, Basara 3 has Utage, Basara 4 has Sumeragi. So, and I don't think Sanada Muraden counts because it's not, I don't think it counts as a mainline entry, but I don't know that they'll make another Basara game after that. We'll have to see what happens. Anyway, so Yoshiaki Mogami is playable in Utage. I don't think I've ever played as him, not even in Basara 4. Although, who knows, if you guys really want to see Yoshiaki Mogami, let me know, and I'll play as him in Basara 4. Because I'm not going to do Utage. I'd rather just go straight to Basara 4, frankly. So he is Ice Elemental. He does have a couple of nasty attacks, as you saw there where he knocked us down. I feel like that's sort of a just a cliche thing that happens whenever you get a super swift attack like that, where the other character just falls down. Very much in the style of Ieyasu Kenshin, of course.
There's no fooling him. You can't con a con man.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about all those stars. He does have his Basara gauge full, though, which does worry me, so I've got to finish him quick before he uses that. Look at him, like, begging on the ground. Come on, finish him off. There we go.
Today's battle went stupendously, if I do say so myself. No less than what I'd expected. You and your mighty fists. And my baton. Where would we be without it? You best mind your head, Dark King. Soon, I'll send you spiraling into the netherworld.
Yoshiaki, I intend to let Mitsunari keep his head.
What nonsense is that? You want to win the battle, or don't you?
Yes, and I will.
Well, if that's the case, you have to be realistic about it.
Realistic? Look at me. Do I seem delusional?
No, upon reflection, you're the very picture of clarity. And that said, I shall take my leave of you.